Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. A lot of people are unhappy with me this past week because I changed my Super Bowl pick. In this video, I want to address the people who are upset, let them know I'm not trying to mislead them. I'm just trying to give them the best information according to my research. And for those of you who weren't here last year, I made a mistake last year in my pick, which was revealed in the AFC Championship when my pick, the Colts, were knocked out by the Patriots. So I want to take you back in time, Truth Seeker. I had a little deja vu this past weekend talking to my father. A year ago, before the AFC Championship, he told me there was no way the Colts could defeat the Patriots. He ended up being correct. This year, he's saying the same thing to me. There's no way the Broncos can defeat the Patriots. That remains to be seen. But my dad's doubts about my work made me go back and check my math, check my research, and see if there was anything missing. Because last year, after the Colts got eliminated, I saw right away what I missed about the Patriots and how there was a storyline for them just like there was for the Colts. And this year I'm seeing the same thing. That not only is there a very nice storyline for the Broncos, which there is, which I've been reporting on all year, there's also a storyline for the Patriots. So check this out. The Super Bowl is on a date with 45 numerology. New England equals 45, so do Cardinals. Out of the teams remaining, the final four, those are the only two teams with 45 connections. I've been talking a lot about how there's a theming with the 85 Chicago Bears, who won the Super Bowl 46-10 over the New England Patriots that year, with the revolutionary 4-6 defense. Remember, Chicago equals 46. They won the Super Bowl 46-10. This year, Super Bowl 50 is the 46th Super Bowl of the modern era. The first Super Bowl of the modern era was the 5th Super Bowl. In history, Manning has won one Super Bowl over the Bears. Look at the score, 29-17, a sum of 46 points. Chicago equals 46. This league is scripted by the numbers. The trick is understanding the narrative by reading the numbers, which leaves plenty of room for mistake. Mistakes I've made in the past. In baseball, I picked the Mets to be in the World Series in spring training. They made it to the World Series, but they lost. In the NBA Finals, I said it would be Warriors and Cavs in the regular season, and I said the Cavs would win 4-2. I got it backwards. The Warriors beat the Cavs 4-2, and after that happened, I saw what I missed for the Warriors and why they had the same number riding as the Cavs. So, Truth Seeker, what I am doing is unprecedented. It is not easy. It takes a lot of time, and I'm getting very close. And that's very frustrating for those of you who are using this information for betting. Remember, myself, I do not bet. I don't do this for money. I do it to expose the fact that sports are rigged, and they're rigged by numbers. When people see me get the picks wrong, they want to dismiss the work, but that's foolish. Watch the video I just put out on the movie Jerry Maguire and what it has to do with Super Bowl 50. It's undeniable. Anyhow, let's go through this. You can be the judge of who's going to win this week, Broncos or Patriots. I'm going to give you the facts. You use your knowledge to make the decision. So, the date has 45 numerology. Last year, the Patriots won in the Deflategate game 45-7. To start this season, there were all these headlines about Deflategate. Remember, that was the big news story at the beginning of the season and all through the offseason. So it has a major theme with this year. This date, however, also has 18 numerology, which I saw all year. It's Manning's 18th season. He wears the number 18. It would be the perfect game for him to retire on, finishing in the Super Bowl like John Elway, his boss. Remember, John Elway, drafted number 1 overall by the Colts out of Stanford, traded to the Broncos. Andrew Luck was drafted number 1 overall by the Colts, causing Manning to go and play in Denver under John Elway. The Super Bowl is also on a date with 25 numerology. The square root of 25 is 5. 5 is a major number on the Super Bowl. 50 has numerology of 5. 5 plus 0 equals 5. As I said in the college championship, there's going to be connections from the game to the Super Bowl. The college championship was won 45-40 by Nick Saban in Alabama. Notice the 45. The game was won by 5 points. Nick Saban got his 5th college championship. This year, if the Patriots won the Super Bowl, it would be their 5th Super Bowl win for Brady and Belichick. In San Francisco, who have won 5 Super Bowls themselves, the 49ers. The Super Bowl is also on a date, 2-7, a lot like 27. This would be Manning's 27th playoff game if he made it to the Super Bowl. As for Brady, his 2nd Super Bowl was against the Panthers. It's very possible he could face the Panthers again in the Super Bowl. If he did, it would be his 7th Super Bowl. So the 2nd and 7th both against the Panthers on 2-7. Brady faced the Panthers in Super Bowl 38, a date with 27 numerology. What's interesting about 38 for Manning is that Colorado's the 38th state, and Colorado has gematria of 38. In Super Bowl 38, again, Brady defeated the Panthers. He won 32-29. If Brady made it to this year's Super Bowl, it would be his 32nd playoff game. NFL equals 32, America equals 32. Also, with regards to Brady being in Super Bowl 38 and the Super Bowl being on the 38th day of the year this year, Brady's also currently 38 years old, the reflection of 83, the number of football. Remember, football equals 83. Manning's born on the 83rd day of the year. Tom Brady's born on August 3rd, 8/3. This game from the 85 Bears is very important in the scripting, I think. Again, the college championship was won with a sum of 85 points this year. The losing quarterback was Deshaun Watson of Clemson, who had the number 85 on his wristband all night. Clemson plays in close proximity to the Carolina Panthers, who are coached by Ron Rivera, who also played on this Chicago Bears team as linebacker. Again, Chicago equals 46. They won 46-10 with the revolutionary 4-6 defense, and this season is the 46th Super Bowl of the modern era. There's connections from this game to the Super Bowl that's going to happen this year. And this Super Bowl was played in the January 86 at the end of the 85 season. This is the year of Deflategate, the story that started the season, the off-season story as well, coming out just before last year's Super Bowl, carrying over into this season, an ongoing narrative. Deflategate equals 86 just like Broncos, and the question becomes, are the Broncos the last hurdle for the Patriots in the year of Deflategate, or are the Broncos the team to knock off the Patriots in the year of Deflategate? Special number, symbol, triangle, and pyramid equal 86. Something that also weighs heavily on me and makes me side more with the Patriots is this right here. The fact that the Patriots won Deflategate 45-7. 45 plus 7 is 52. They also won the Super Bowl over the Seahawks 28-24, another sum of 52. California, who's hosting the Super Bowl, has gematria 5 and 52, and if Brady and Belichick go to the Super Bowl and win, they're going to be 5-2 in Super Bowls. 5 wins, 2 losses. Look at that Deflategate game, the game that started the narrative. They won 45-7. New England equals 45. This year's Super Bowl's on a date with 45 numerology. It would be for the 7th Super Bowl. As for the Broncos, though, what also makes me wonder and makes me question if I've made a mistake in changing my pick after writing it for the majority of the season is the John Elway alignment. John Elway is 55 years old, just like the Denver Broncos, just like the New England Patriots. In Super Bowl 24, Elway lost to the 49ers 55-10. Look at the 55. This year, if the Broncos went to the Super Bowl and lost, Elway would become 2-4 in Super Bowls as a QB and as a general manager, a lot like 24. So again, the narrative is there for both teams. This could be a way for Vegas to control the script and substitute in a team if they need it in case of public betting. They cannot lose to the public. They have to stay ahead of the public. So here they have scripts written for both teams, an insurance policy. I'm starting to think this is why so often my picks come very close and fall off at the last second. I'm not reading the whole insurance policy, which is what I'm trying to do this time. So I apologize to those of you who I've upset. That's not my intention. More case for the Broncos. The home quarterback has never lost between Brady and Manning in the AFC Championship. 3 of those games were played New England versus Indianapolis, and 1 has been New England versus Denver. The home team has always won. The home team is 4-0. If Brady won this year on the road, that record would change to 4-1, like Deflategate, like Super Bowl, like Broncos. Something to think about. At the same time, if Manning won, he would take the overall lead in the series 3-2, a lot like 32. Denver equals 32, so does Broncos. Manning's currently played 64 games with the Broncos. Denver Broncos equals 64 the small way. His next win with the Broncos, should he get it, would be his 50th. Could that be over the Patriots in the year of Super Bowl 50? His 51st game would be in the Super Bowl. The word conspiracy equals 51. And bet your bottom dollar it would be a conspiracy. Part of the reason also I was writing the Broncos-Panthers Super Bowl was because of Gary Kubiak, the coach, former coach of the 49ers. Again, the Super Bowl's in San Francisco this year. His name in gematria, Gary Wayne Kubiak, matches Carolina Panthers. It seemed like it would be a great fit for a Super Bowl. The Black Panthers versus the White Broncos, when our mainstream media is actively building a race war. And oftentimes the Super Bowl is used as subliminal programming to go along with the news programming, which I talked about in depth in my last video with the Patriots and how Tom Brady emerged in the wake of 9/11 and the Patriot Act. So transparent, if you're thinking. And in case you missed it, earlier this year, what gave me a big hunch about the Broncos in the Super Bowl in the first place was this story. If you missed it, a car supposedly rolled over on the freeway, Interstate 5, near Glendale, California, where a massive cemetery is alongside the freeway. And supposedly the driver, the only person in the car, flew out the back window, don't ask me how that would happen, and landed on a freeway sign. This story is highly improbable, very unrealistic, but what stands out is that it landed on Colorado Street. Remember, the Super Bowl's on the 38th day of the year. Colorado's the 38th state with the gematria of 38. It's also about a dead body. The word death equals 38. And making matters more interesting, the driver, his name corresponded with the Broncos and Super Bowl. His name was Richard Pananian, having gematria of 77 the small way, which is just like Green Bay. The Broncos also first made the playoffs in the history of their team in the year 77. His name, the big way, equals 131, just like Super Bowl, just like championship. At the same time, so does the word freeway. There was his brother also in the story, Armin Kardashian, also had name gematria connecting to Broncos as well as Deflategate. The story had to do with numbers that connected to Super Bowl 50. The story was that the man who ended up dead on the sign was a Jewish man who had bad luck at the time. His family was worried about him, so they did a goat sacrifice 5 days before he ended up dead on the road sign. And the date of the goat sacrifice was the date with 50 numerology, like Super Bowl 50. Also remember all the 5. And then he died October 30th. A date with 55 numerology. The Patriots, the Broncos in their 55th year of existence. This might sound bizarre to use a story like this for sports, but as I have documented other times, they put out stories in the mainstream that aren't connected to sports that are actually hints for what's going to happen in the world of sports. I very much think this bizarre story was one of those. A riddle, if you will. So that's pretty much it, Truth Seeker. You can be the final judge. I'm trying to give you the information the best I can. What I might have discovered is that there truly are 2 teams scripted for possible Super Bowl from each conference. I documented this in the baseball season, and here it is in the football season as well. In the NFC, Arizona Cardinals and Carolina Panthers have identical gematria. They both have connections to Chicago. That's why I said that would be the NFC Championship, which I was right about. So, I'm doing my best here. You guys can always help me out. Until next time. Last point, in Manning's new commercial, he makes fun of himself singing Epic Comeback Starts right here. and then fails while playing ping pong. Look at the gematria of epic comeback in Deflategate.